What's up, everybody? It's Supersmallchibiwolf, and today I'm going to be doing top 5 upcoming games of 2020's. Now, look, I name it this title because, some games get delayed, some games might appear and here and there, and also I'm going to put in my personal opinions and what I want in this list. So, with that being done, let's get into this. Starting off with number 5. Man, Street Fighter 6. Yep. I would like Street Fighter 6. Now, the reason it's not high in this list is because the release launch of Street Fighter 5, which was not that good, and the game actually needed like 2 years to actually be like, wow. And then it continued being better from there. So that's why. Yeah. And they got a lot of Street Fighter. I grew up with that game series and, other ones as well. Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Smash Bros. Was there, etc. So I believe also if they are going to have like Street Fighter 6, please make default characters be Sakura, Karen, Ibuki. Let's see. Manat was also cool with the orb. She could manipulate the orb with magic and stuff and like create new ones and shoot them all in one. Just all so cool stuff, man. I love that character, man. But moving on from that, yeah, Street Fighter 6, I would love it. And also have an actual story mode. Okay, Capcom, make an actual story. All you could do is Street Fighter 4 remake. Do that as well. Now, that's going to be honorable mention. Okay, Street Fighter 4 remake for PS5. But I played the Street Fighter 4. The reason I did not enjoy it, besides the graphics, which kind of was like, um, Street Fighter 4. And by the way, I could deal with the alpha graphics, which is basically lower graphics compared. I don't know, 4 it was one of those games, man. But if it came out of disc, I would not have an issue. Digital is what I have an issue with sometimes. And that's an example. I don't know, it just feels weird, to have that game digital, But moving on from that, yeah, Street Fighter 6 would be pretty cool having default characters or fan-loved characters. So you get people buying new games, Capcom, because you need people to trust you again, after 5 will launch. And 6 should be launched with the PS5, like be a day one launch game. Next is a new Pokemon game. Recently I had a decision to make. Someone offered me a game for the holidays, they were like, yo, I'm going to offer you a game, it's been a good year, and stuff like that, It was a good year, they say. So, yeah, man. We went to the store and I had a choice. Pokemon, Zelda, let's see, what else was there? And what was it? I was kind of really thinking about it, man. And then I was like, you know what? I will get Pokemon. Just for the rabbit. Squelchy, whatever, Scooby? No, not Scooby. Squoby, I think was. Let's just call it Usagi because I believe, Usagi, Usagi, the name Rabbit Japan. So yeah, Usagi, let's call it, right? Usagi is the only cool character. The other characters, I saw the entire list. It was like leaked, and then the GameStop guy showed me, and then I was like, okay, that game did. They did have a discount in Walmart, but that was just like $10 off. Like that game, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Pokemon game, that one, I would buy it if it was like $30. It ain't worth a full price game. I heard what's in it. I heard it in that big, like it should be, like classic, like older Pokemon games, like in the DS, even you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I need to wait for that one. So I hope there's a new Pokemon game, and they have like another rabbit that's really cool, even cooler than Scooper or Scooby. I don't know, whatever the hell the name is, Squoby. So moving on from that is number 4. But no. Oh, should I add that game? Nah, I'll put it in the honorable mention. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely an honorable mention. So let me just pick another one. Oh, this other one. Yeah, Nier Automata sequel. Dude, Nier Automata sequel, in my opinion, I think it will be great. Look, I believe, right, if the Nier Automata sequel came out with, I mean, for Switch, and was a launch title for the PS5 and only for the PS5, having those exclusive deals because Square Enix, Sony has some money on Square Enix, and yeah, man, uh, I believe Square Enix will make tons of money because the Nier Automata, the one on the PS4, because I know there was one before that one, and that's like the second game, so this is gonna be the third game. If they do another one, I think it will be really amazing. Like really amazing. In my opinion, Nier Automata is underrated. It's one game that was underrated at launch due to, Zelda coming out and later on Mario. And in my opinion, to be honest, I recently played, Zelda. It was kind of a little bit annoying, man. I'm continuing to speed one in Super Mario Odyssey, and that's just amazing, man. Like, not speed one, but just getting all the stalls in that level, going as far as just to beat all the enemies I possibly can until I don't see any, and man, Breath of the Wild, man. I played that game, I beat it a few times, from beginning to end. Yeah, man, I don't know, it just didn't get to me this time. I even went as far as to delete it and to have storage for my other games that I'm gonna, you know, I got myself for the holiday. But yeah, man, I hope the sequel really does something. But I mean, the Nier Automata sequel comes to Switch, and yeah, man, that's how I'm gonna leave it. Nier Automata sequel, please come to Switch, Square Enix, please. We need one of those games. Moving on from that is Super Mario Odyssey sequel. You know, like if Breath of the Wild's getting a sequel, then I believe Odyssey will get the sequel as well because it also sold close to maybe more than Zelda. I could be wrong, but yeah, Odyssey definitely deserves a sequel. And it's Mario. It's a really great game. The first one, I really enjoyed. I'm currently speed running and collecting everything within each world and just going and beating all the enemies, and it's just so much fun, man. And I recently played Zelda as well, like I said, and I didn't have the same feeling. I just had a little bit better feeling with Odyssey, and like just like the past as well. Once Odyssey came out, I played both games as well, side by side, and I don't know, man. It's just like my issue with Breath of the Wild is, look, leave the challenges to Breath of the Wild. For the sequel, just leave it good. Like, for example, no breaking weapons, no all stamina's getting too low fast, so you can't climb stuff, and then you end up failing, you fall, and you die. Eden, why? It's not Minecraft. Nintendo, stop trying to be Minecraft. Mario doesn't do it. I believe Samus doesn't do it. I know she doesn't do it in Super Nintendo games. You know what I mean, man? Like, no, I don't know, man. It's just all that stuff just made me kind of, you know what I mean? When I replayed Breath of the Wild. So please do like this, okay? You see Odyssey, do what Odyssey did. You see what you did in the original, don't do what you did in the original. Be creative. So long story short, keep it like that. Or if you want to really be interesting, play, be similar to what the remake of Final Fantasy VII is going to be. You know, maybe talk with people, be like, yo, what you guys doing? And we need advice for the Zelda game, and then boom, there you go, Nintendo. So yeah, that's why I put it like that. Another thing I want to say is another oh yeah, honorable mentions. Another one I want to say is Astral Chain 2. Like, I believe the first one is a pretty cool game. I still play it here and there, and it's fun, man. I enjoy. You ride around, you shooting, you having mysteries, but there could be a little changes. Like for example, there was this one where, okay, when I was playing the game, I kind of had a little bit issues at first. Yeah, I kind of got used to it now. You know, like, it's cool. I find it cool, the idea of, astral chain. You could capture these monsters and, ride them around, and you like a cop, and you in this futuristic world, and have like some type of superpowers and stuff. You know what I mean? That, you know, crazy stuff like that. Now, my thing is, oh man, besides the side missions, which was fun, I wanted a little bit of an online thing. Like for example, it could be like online boss battles, unique, huge, gigantic bosses and missions that you could play online with people to do. I hope something like that will come to that game, because it kind of feels like that type of game deserves to have online mode with stuff like that to do. Or you could have like battle mode where it's like you have a team, and then it's like 5v5, fighting with astral chain animals, running around the whole world of astral chain. It's just something cool. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. I like to think outside, you know, outside the possibilities, to try to get the best imagination of how I would like a game, and that would be a cool, So Astral Chain 2 would be a really good game. Next, I had Mario Kart 9 with Zelda, Samus, and Kirby, and maybe Pikachu, and other Nintendo characters. Yeah. Long story short, whatever was on the original Super Smash Bros. On the 64, it needs to be on Mario Kart 9. Mario Kart 9 in general, I believe, should be released, because it's been years since 8 and 8 Deluxe, has been released. And man, I don't know, I kind of feel the battle mode, man. At least give updates to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, man, because there's not a lot of battle modes. It's kind of cheap. There's not a lot of courses, because when you play the game a lot, like I do, because that's one of my biggest games, if not my biggest game on Switch, dude, it's like, I don't know, man. It's like it's not a lot to do anymore, And I still do love playing. Don't get me wrong. I don't find the game boring at all. I still go and I play. I have fun playing battle mode and racing, So please don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? So yeah. And the last honorable mention would be The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild 2. Wait, I would have said that. Oh no, Mario Party 1 to 7 remake. Nintendo, we need to discuss. Your Mario parties are not as good as they should be. Now, I heard the new one was good compared to the current ones or the recent ones, but it's not as good. It could have been better. In my opinion, you should just remake. If you're going to be making remakes and like deluxe or yeah, that's a remake, definitely a remake. Then come on, man, just get you Mario Party and say, look, we're going to remake 7, 1, 2, or 3, or just make a trilogy, right? With 1, 2, and 3. If that does good, release 7 or 1, 2, 7, right? Because after 7, it kind of was like, I think. Or was it 8? After 8, it was, I don't know, one of those. I know the N64 and GameCube Mario parties were the best ones. So, yeah, we make those. And, yeah, I think that's all for the remake. The honorable mention. Number 1 is Final Fantasy VII Remake. Look, a game that lets you decide. Number 1, if you want the classic battle system or the new one. The new one I imagine being like kind of near the modern feel, which is going to be amazing. Now I discussed this on the Final Fantasy VII Remake videos I've made. I recommend watching those if you want to have a full opinion of mine. Now, man, this game for the PS5 launch, yes, man, the Automata sequel and Final Fantasy VII Remake for the launch, I'm going to be set. Dude, I'll buy those two and then I am set. You know what I mean? Oh, man, that would be really cool, man. Having two amazing action games and just perfectly. And also, please have, like, what was it? What? Shit. what was the, you know, online mode with, you know, scolds and all that, like the speed roam. Okay, there's a part in Final Fantasy 7 and the original where they have all these arcade games. Like it's like snowboarding down a hill, I think one of them was, and then Speed Star, whatever, uh, Light Star. I don't know where it's like, oh man, damn, it's been a while since I played the game. Well, I was recently trying to play it again, and then I kind of went back to Odyssey and, you know, Breath of the Wild, trying to beat those two before the year ends. So kind of down, you know what I mean? Uh, but yeah, there's a part where there's like a full mini game world, and I think they should have online mode with all that. So with that being that, yeah, I don't want to repeat myself on other videos, so I'm going to end it here. That's my list of top 5 games or upcoming games of the 2020s. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.